So we've got a medieval church here at Ivy Church, and what we're doing today, we're trying to build up a profile, not just of the churchyard, which we're surveying today, but also build up a profile of the church and phases in which it was built. So we know we've got at least probably 2 churches previously here on the site of the present day church, so we're understanding today the structure of the church that is here at the moment, and we're looking at the way in which it evolved. And one of the theories is, looking at the structure of the church, is that at some point there was a longer and extended chancel on the east end of the church. And it was either a chancel that was built and then that was taken down, or possibly it could have been that it was a proposed lit chancel but it was never built. So part of the surveying today, what we're looking at, is trying to scan that area and survey it and to see if we can find any measurements that will indicate whether that chancel was actually built and did exist at some point.
There are lots of different types of geophysical survey that we use in archaeology. The one we're doing today is a resistivity, but basically we are looking at what is underneath the ground to see if there remains of any previous building.
And that's 24.7. 23.1. What this little box does, it puts a voltage in the ground, measures a current, and from a thing called Ohm's law you get a resistance, and from that you can tell basically what's actually physically happening is from the resistance that comes back. If the ground has got lots of moisture in it, it'll give a very low resistance. If the moisture is not in the ground, it will give a high resistance. So what happens is, if you've got a wall in the ground, that basically opposes the electric current, and there's not much moisture in the ground, so you get a high resistance, and you can say, oh, there could be a wall there or something like that. If you get a low resistance, then there's a lot of moisture in the ground and it gives you that low, so you could say you've got a hole or a ditch. In this case, over here, we've actually got some graves, and it's been showing up low resistance in them. Okay, so we're not sure what the plot is yet, but over the actual area, you can actually see a lower resistance where the graves are.
We've got several families here from the 19th century and beyond, like the Butlers, the Adams families, the Brignalls, the Palmers, and you can see them all buried in family groups. But of course what you don't realise, that lots of the areas there are no headstones, but there's hundreds of burials there, and this churchyard itself, because it's going to be dating back to, probably the 9th century, thousands of people would have been buried here over the years, and those burial spaces would have been recycled. But very few of them have actually got headstones. So the headstones you see are just as bare minimum of the number of people that actually lie here. So I'm not expecting to have clear-cut results by the end of today by a long chalk, but unless we do it, we don't know what the results are going to be, obviously, and how good they're going to be. So this is a starting point, really, in trying to understand the phases of the church building better. But also, what we'd like to do is to build up a gradual survey of the churchyard itself, because churchyards themselves, very, very historic, unique places. They have been untouched, never been farmed, never had pesticides, insecticides, so they're unique environments as well. And building up a picture of the churchyard itself and its history is fascinating, and this of course ties in with family history and who lived here and who was buried here.